All right, this is homework practice 9-9. We're taking a look at numbers on a number line and comparing. So we have a number line here between 159 and 168. Write a number to make each comparison correct. So they've got some sample numbers. So 160 is less than 163, which is true. You can see that is less than. Or 161 is greater than 160. So we know it is greater than 160, but then less than 162. So it gives us just some numbers here to go through and compare. So we're going to take a look at this. It says write a number to make each comparison correct. Use the number line to help you. So it says blank is less than 304. So 304. The only number less than 304 on this number line is 303. Number 2, blank is greater than 307. So we have 307 is greater than, well, you can choose basically any of these numbers here on the number line. I'm going to pick 312. Okay, so they can go through and pick out whichever, ones they'd like to, but we know that has to be greater than. And then our last one, blank is greater than 314. So it's greater than 314. And less than 316. So we see our parameters here. It has to be greater than this and less than this. So we know our number right there has to be 315. Okay, going on to the back side here. Okay, write three different numbers. To make each comparison correct, draw a number line to help if needed. So these are all just sample numbers the students can put in between. So we need a number. Again, with the alligator, we know this is the bigger number, so we need something smaller than this, but also it's got to be in between these two numbers here. So if you need to do a number line, so that's what it was suggesting. If you want to do 805, between that and 795, I guess would be our number line there. I'm going to do 804 because 804 is less than 805. So we can do several different numbers here. Why don't I do 800 here? Still making sure that's correct, that 795 is less than 800. And then I could even do just one more than this. 796 is still greater than 795. Okay, we've got these numbers again. We're going to find some numbers to go in between. This, again, has to be the greater number. So I'm just going to keep this one simple. I'm going to go up by a 1. 458, and that's still going to be less than 462. I'm going to go ahead and go up by one more. 459, still keeping that true. And I'll do 460 here. Okay, so they can just take a look at the patterns. This one here gives us a range between 200 and 190. So, and again, that's what makes it nice. If you do a number line, you can figure out any numbers in here, 91, 92, 93, 94, etc. So any number that's going to be less than 200 and greater than 190 is going to work. So I'm just going to start here. I'll go 199, 198, and 197. And again, we've got to take a look at which direction the numbers are facing. We just always want to make sure that the number it is eating is the greater number. Okay, number 7, higher order thinking. Match each soccer player with a team number. Then write the number in the box. So we're going to go through each one. My number is greater than 197 and less than 198. So again, if we want to write out a number line, we've got 197, I'm sorry, 199, 199. So we have to figure out what number comes in between there. Looking at our numbers, we know there's only one number, 198, 198. So Carlos is 198. My number is less than Carlos's number. Okay, so let's take a look at our numbers there. 420 is greater than 198. 319 is greater than 198. 192, it's our only other option. So we know that Jada has to be 192. Okay, for Marta, it says my number is less than 421 and greater than 419. So if we take a look at that, that's 419 to 421. We only have really one option there. That would have to be 420. So I'll put 420 here. And then by default, we know we've got 319, but let's just double check it. My number is greater than Carlos's number and less than Marta's number. So we know our range for Jackson is now between 198 and 420. 192 has already been used. 420, these are the other two numbers. So really our only option there is 319 for Jackson. Okay, number 8, our assessment. Which comparisons are correct? Choose all that apply. Now, when we read them, we look at how the symbols are looking at. So this is a less than, right? 294 is less than 293. That's not true. 295 is less than 298. Well, that is true. 295 is less than 298. So we know that is true. 296 is greater than 295. That is true. It is greater than. 297 is equal to 297. Again, that is true. Number 9, write two numbers that are less than 909 and greater than 868 and explain how you know. So let's take a look at our number line. It's going to be in between greater than 868 and less than 909. So any number on here. I can put 890 and 902. And it says explain how you know, and I can just say I drew a number line. And pretty simple.